When you know how to be expanding consciousness, you don't change. You become more of it. Now, as a person who is in the Enlightenment Soul Age group, and as a 5D mystic, and as an intellectually and emotionally mature, independent 1-year-old, with physical mastery in the making, like today. Today was a beautiful day. I know exactly what physical mastery is for any one of you who's on a true spirituality journey. So you know how all 8 billion people are lovable, all of them. And you want to be here with those of us who are human love. Now, we don't justify, and I know the ears that don't know how to hear will not notice the difference, but I will. So I will give you some examples in a minute, and we have one episode on. It's the best that I was able to gather with our lovely Leo energy, and Leo is always a very beautiful energy. So love with passion, but since a lot of people, they don't own their sense of self lens. They don't even own, if you don't own your sense of self, there's no solo self. You can't live a true spirituality life because that requires you to be living a life of meaning and connection beyond the solo self. And not in the middle of nowhere. No, when your neighbor throws shit in your yard, that's the moment. That's the moment of truth. Do you know how to do what Jesus taught me? I do. I've been doing it. And then I learned how the people who use his name don't. And they think a Reiki practitioner is evil energy because they didn't give us their seal of approval. Or actually not me, but the entire lineage of Reiki and Reiki masters, which is quite disrespectful to the Reiki masters who they didn't say that it was or wasn't Holy Spirit. In the meantime, theologians want to claim and make a whole little analysis of how it's not Holy Spirit. And yet, when I learned about the spiritual gifts, they're the exact same as the clairs for my mystics and as the sciences who explain to me what clairs are from the brain, neuroscience perspective. I haven't watched the video yet, but I began to. So I also know of the physicists in addition to neuroscientists, and they look into the relational field and consciousness. And so they call it the hard problem of consciousness. The people who know of what it's like to be, again, pure consciousness, it's unconditional love. So you do have the capacity, if you want to tell me you're on a spiritual journey, you're going to embody unconditional love. If you want an excuse to put on a mantle, well, that's different. Then you're going to find people saying, because you are part of the love stuff, you don't have to become it. So what they're really saying is keep doing emotions the way the adaptive child behavior people do, which basically are the people who are harsh and unforgiving. They do have low self-esteem, indirect communication manners. They're passive-aggressive. They do block people based on, for example, differences. People who are ethnocentric and they think that their culture needs to take prevalence and basically they say you're rude based on my culture. So when people come to south of Italy, for example, or Italy overall, we're always in each other's faces. That's not rude. It's called, that's how we do it. That is how we do it, like this. Yeah. And I love it actually because I'm a people person. So when I'm around people who don't want this, I learned how to get back, not from here. Here's no. Here's IHP is all people. That means we want to hug each other and not the trees, but we do want to save the trees. So change and consciousness. Let me read our lovely, let's see, Sadhguru, because he shares with us the spiritual process. And, before we do that, thanks, Patrick Tiahan. You're always talking about trauma, Maria. Let it go, shall you? Let me think. Are you avoiding real intimacy? Well, that might be it. Are you avoiding emotions? Well, I think you think I'm avoiding emotions, but I don't avoid emotions. I just noticed that you don't know how to talk about everything. Seems like people who don't realize what a functional adult is a person who can ask a gazillion billion questions about anything and everything and nobody takes offense. That's why the whole ethnocentric thing, yeah, there's a lot of people out there with this. They just say, no, I'm standing with my Braveheart people. And I say, oh, there's the Elsa Journey mantles. Oh, look, they're special. They feel more, do more. Oh, wait, did they say they're anointed? Oh, look, they're not. So people who have these identifiers, they don't use their human name. Yeah, so they think they are true spirituality based on clairs. They don't realize sciences and spirituality and the human elements. All of us know what it is. It's called, we're a collective. I learn from a lot of people, but when I'm channeling, it's from this. You're a part of it. Yeah, I know, right? It's beautiful. And that's why I'm the woo-woo spiritual lady. Because see, even when I'm doing it, I'm like, wow. Of course people don't believe you, Maria. No, that's not true, by the way. It's not true. The ones who don't believe me, they don't want to be here. They won't be here. IHP is for people who want to be here. And we're doing a short one. So avoiding emotions is what people do tend to do. I've noticed it, which is why it's a bummer. They don't build genuine relationships. That is really a bummer, because when you feel deeply, and that's because you welcome your own self. Again, I didn't lose myself, so I know exactly who Maria is. I don't change. I'm the essence of love in life, like you are. I'm my own vessel, though, so I have been determined. With Maria, my body carries genes in it. My brain carries an autobiographical experience and memory, and everything that's within me is part of me. In fact, I have smart people around me. And I love when they present to me equations that are true. And I say, yep, that's true. I totally agree with you. Because sometimes people, they think I might not, I guess you could say. But when someone says, when you die, you won't be Maria anymore. Yeah, I know that. I know that actively. Which is why anytime every time. Okay, so here's what a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group can tell you about a person who is connected to pure consciousness, doesn't have any rupture, and is completely detached. Because my 1-year-old doesn't need, want, or seek anyone to say, good job. No. But there's a reason for it. I'll get to it. Exhibits trauma responses. Yes, anyone who projects and has a poor sense of self. Anybody who tells me humans are not kind. Yes, I know humans are unkind, but they all need a good therapist. That's because trauma in the soul. A psycho-spiritual approach to human development and its interruption. This is from Jordan Thornton. He read 693 psychology books. And here are the few that fixed me. So I wanted to tell him he wasn't broken to begin with. Like I'm not broken, and any of you, you're not broken either. So when you heal trauma charges, because you say, oh, look, I got emotions. Oh, look, I got thoughts. Oh, look, I have an autobiographical memory. Oh, look, I have implicit. My first 3 years of life do matter. Oh, look, I have the rest of them until my 16, the explicit. That does matter too. Oh, look, I have sensations, images, affects, meanings, and behaviors. Oh, look. You know why I do all this? Because you find it hard to believe and you're boring me with this shit. No, they don't say it that way, because I actually don't actively share all the in-depth information. All I need to hear is, I find it hard to believe. And why are you talking about this? You're justifying. No, I'm not justifying anyone. I'm just letting you know, like Bezel van der Kolk shares, that when people are traumatized, abused, or neglected, they start developing heartache and gut wrench at right here, midline. And that's not fun. That's where trauma is experienced until they get self-aware and then healing. And then they come around and say, hey, I'm getting healed. And that's great. So when you don't have the I forgot who I am part, and then you get taught about Jesus and love and all that great stuff, you know exactly how to do that, which is what true spirituality is all about. It's a journey, constant change, always new terrain. So the essence of anyone who has maintained a relationship with pure consciousness loves to be experiencing others. And when we see human suffering, we'll see loads of it, because there's a bunch of Cuscos out there, but also because when you're a Pacha, you're going to tend to be a Pacha. And so your heart stays open, and your mind does too. And plus, there's all the human suffering love people who follow that Zen master talks to them about emotions being laundry. So I notice people don't know how to do their own attuning to their self, and their self involves emotions. They lie about it. They don't do vulnerable or genuine relationships, which is a real bummer, because then they don't know what true love is. True love is not I abandon ship. That's for the Diego type Ice Age family, where they actively, consistently abandon each other. True love is forever, but you can only be a forever if you know what you're talking about. Not I think I love you, I know I love you, I know I won't change my mind because I'm a piece of consciousness if I said so. I'm a smart human being who knows what I'm talking about. But really it's because I enjoy you. So before even saying that, even though we love all people, but before saying to anyone, you're the one, it's going to be, I evaluated, I know, I enjoy you to the depths of me. Otherwise, why would I even bother getting into a relationship with you? So again, we expand to become more love as we meet people of our oversoul. We don't lose people in our twin flames. There's no saga or drama. There's choice points for each other to consistently become beautiful lovers functional adults, healthy self-worth. Come and join us at IHP 5D Mystics and people that want to do the love language, not the teenage stuff, which are drama people and more.